how did, because you do Glastonbury, so when did that come part of it?
I mean, we were washing people. I don't know if you know about that.
I'm calling for a rematch.
I know, we're on really good terms since
the
the
loser
fight.
washes the other one. So, this is Gavin Foord.
I'm Tyrone.
And this is the FooRcast. But this week, we've got a very, very special guest, haven't we, Tyrone?
Yeah, real good special guest.
We've got the leader, the queen, I can't think of another. The Don.
The boss.
There you go, yeah.
Of the 24-hour Garage Girls.
There's got to be a few more. Before we introduce, there's got to be a few more names.
The Bomber Clock Boss Man.
This reminds me of my childhood all over again.
No, this is Shosh of the 24-hour Garage Girls.
Woo!
Aki,
I'm going to do my own sound effects. Aki, come on.
Oh, my God.
See, I'm already bossing people about.
Yeah, to see the boss.
Yeah.
Bomber Clock Boss Man. So
I like being called boss man.
there you are. So, Shosh, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All the way from Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell us how you got it, not how you drove it from Bristol. Tell us, how did you start DJing? What did you get into music? Give us your background.
Ooh. All right, so I've always been a musician, always. I remember my 5th birthday getting a little plastic guitar and a microphone thing. You know, those little cassette boxes where you could press record and play and just do whatever you wanted on them.
Yeah.
I had one of those, and I graduated to real instruments, you know, the recorder and the triangle. And
Yeah, we still use the plastic microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't graduated yet. You have to teach us how you got bumped up.
There's 6 strings, actually, apparently, on one of those real guitars.
Really? There's no strings on ours. It's just plastic.
Just a G string. But yeah, I was in bands when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I used to write music with the guitar and the piano.
What sort of bands was that?
I was kind of an indie band when indie was cool. When it was cool, I was doing it.
Not cool. Top of the century
Shots fired.
Shots fired there, bang.
Yeah.
So you're the guitarist in the band, or the lead singer? Or?
I was the guitarist and the lead singer, and I
both,
played
yeah?
organ as well. We had like an electric organ.
You did it all.
We used to swap round, so we had someone that played the cello, we had a violinist, and we had a keyboard player.
What sort of fucking band was this?
We were
organs, violins, cellos.
And we used to model ourselves on Arcade Fire. Do you remember Arcade Fire?
Were you like the 24 instrument?
I just keep those numbers with me wherever I go. I don't sleep. I was the only girl in it, actually.
Okay.
I started it with my friends at uni. But then I left music for a bit to try and grow up, I guess, and get a real job.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of prevailed. And I've only been producing for 2 years, I think.
Oh, man.
And I've been DJing for 4 years, I'd say.
4 years?
Yeah, so I'm still really, really new at it.
Oh, man. I actually thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, well, you're very good for someone to be doing it for 4 years.
Thank you. Well, I've been studying a lot. And it is, you have to study.
What made you get into DJing? What made you go from the multi-instrument band to DJ?
The Garage Girls, because I started Garage Girls as a party concept before I was DJing.
Okay.
And I was booking DJs to come and do my idea of what I wanted the music to be, and then I was getting into arguments with the DJs because they wouldn't play garage. It just wasn't popular back in 2013, 2014 we were doing it.
Yeah.
What was
when
they
we
playing
started
now,
then. People would play like booty bass and funky house and
yeah,
140
that was
techno
the fun
and
Just anything but garage.
anything around it.
Everything around it.
A bit of breaks and
But
I'd
it was
be
called
like
24-hour Garage Girls then.
it was, yeah.
And they just ignored the name.
And I'd be like, come on, play Flowers, play Craig David, and they'd be like, well, fuck you, I'm the DJ, I'm going to play what I want. So one day I just decided I'm just going to do it myself because I can't get anyone to do it for me.
Yeah,
do
Yeah.
it yourself.
Yeah, just like Mama used to
So
say.
what made you come up with 24-hour Garage Girls? What was the thing? What made you want to do? I want to do parties and have garage music.
Well, so I grew up in the rave scene, so I was always listening to drum and bass, jungle, techno, breakcore, even like really hard, fast.
Breakcore?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to Google it.
Sounds like sounds like the name.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's really awkward to dance to. like Aphex Twin, Square Pusher.
Oh, is
like
that what that's
Warp
called?
Records era of
Oh, that's
music.
what that's called. I know what that is.
Yeah,
I
like
didn't realise that was cool.
intelligent dance music, IDM or breakcore.
I don't think you're very intelligent if you listen to that.
No, I mean, it's very chin
Another shot
strokey.
fired.
It is. No, it's what the cool kids listen to, isn't it? And we're not cool kids.
No, we're not. We're just garage DJs. Nothing
Yeah.
cool about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was all going out party music for me. And then I'd come home and I'd put garage on because that's what I really enjoyed listening to. So me and my girlfriends would get home from a party where it'd been drum and bass or jungle or techno all night. And we'd just whack on like, Sweet Female Attitude or Artful Dodger or, some Luck and Neat and have our own like actual party back at home at 6 a.m.
And that was better than the party you just come from.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
where this is going.
And so one day we were just like, you know what? We just need to share this with the world. And it got picked up really fast.
How long ago was this? What year was this then? The first one?
2013 was when we first conceived the idea. And then when we actually started doing club nights properly, it wasn't till 2015.
How many people was at the first one?
At our first club night?
Yeah.
So it was a 100 capacity venue and we got 200 people through the door.
Wow.
What?
The owners did not give... I'm allowed to swear.
Yeah,
They
you
do. Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
give a
go
fucking
fucking
shit
nuts.
about it. Like,
That's
literally, you
nuts.
could not move. I remember there being a technical issue at the DJ booth and just not being able to get there. And you couldn't move. And it was really promising. And everybody came dressed up in like 90s gear with big fake medallions and colourful jackets. And yeah, it was a really good
So was this in
response.
your hometown, was it? Or?
This is in Bristol.
Okay.
When I very first ever moved to Bristol, so it was 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have like random DJs or just
Just had...
you literally just doing it
When
yourself?
did you
I
start
just had
DJing?
mates. I wasn't even DJing then.
So what year did you start DJing?
2016, I guess, DJing.
Oh, okay, so it went for
Yeah.
quite a long while before you...
Probably about a year
Yeah,
or 2
yeah.
years. Yeah. And one of the first people that I got to play at one of our club nights, I just found because I went to a night out in Bristol and I heard garage in one of the rooms, and I just thought that's absolutely unheard of. Like I wasn't hearing that anywhere. And I went behind the DJ booth and I slipped my card with my phone number in his back pocket.
Did it?
I
I bet
don't-
he thought it was
Yeah,
on.
he was
He
like-
thought, here we go. I must have played a great set.
Yeah.
This girl was just sliding their numbers into her pocket.
Yeah, just right into my DMs. This is before the DM
That's
age.
before, they're sliding into the pockets.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do in the old.
Yeah, exactly. The analog version. Yeah. And I didn't get a call from him for like 6 months because he didn't find the card. That
What?
just goes to show how disgusting his laundry habits were, I
So
think.
you obviously got lost.
But then I got a call from him and he was like, yeah, I've just found your card in my pocket.
Who was this? What DJ is this?
Salvador?
Oh, yeah,
You know Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know Joe. So yeah.
Well, that was a bit. That was a bit.
Yeah, what was going on
That was a
there?
bit, that was a bit sinister.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
That's too late
Sorry,
now.
Joe.
Yeah, you've really aired his dirty laundry there.
I really
literally.
have, yeah.
Third shot in this
Takes him 6
podcast.
months to get back to you as well. So you know.
It's really turning into the weirdest ever beef ever. Having to go at someone's laundry and their communication habits.
Yeah, that is me all over. To be fair.
So,
I do
so was
like-
it called 24-Hour Garage Girls from the get-go then? Is that what the first nick? So in 20...
We actually called it 24-Hour Garage
Oh, okay.
because we weren't specifically setting out for it to be an all-women's thing. It was
Yeah.
just started by a group of friends that happened to be girls.
Okay.
And we called it the 24-Hour Garage because we used to have a 24-hour garage at the bottom of our road, and that was where we met all our friends to go to the
That was the
party.
after party,
That
the
was where we
pre-party.
met for the pre-parties, for the after parties. That's where you went to get Rizzler at 5 a.m. and more Red Stripe, and it was like our little hub, the 24-hour garage. So that's what we called it. And then as it became more clear that the girl thing was really working and Garage Girls just became like a natural roll off the tongue thing, we just kind of switched to the focus on Garage Girls.
So when did you start getting into festivals? Because obviously you're like every single festival it seems. When did it start? The stages at festivals start and stuff.
So Boomtown was our first ever event that we ever did.
Ever.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good start, isn't it? It's a good one to
That's
start.
a
I
great
know,
start.
not bad, is it?
So
well,
what year are we talking now?
that was 2013. Very
Okay.
So
first
real
thing.
quick.
Yeah.
That is real. So you started in 2013.
So in February we thought of the idea.
Yeah.
And I, at the time, Boomtown was like, I don't know, maybe 15,000 capacity festival.
Yeah.
It was a real roots production, and it was run by friends and people that I associated with in the rave scene.
Yeah.
So I was able to email the owner directly and say, hey, we have an idea. And he came back to me, and we developed the idea together.
Worked on it,
Yeah. And then he gave us like our first ever small venue there, and we didn't even have a sound system. It was just a speaker and a car, and girls dancing on the car.
Really?
We didn't have any DJs. We were playing playlists.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we didn't have any budget for any of it, and we didn't know
see.
what we were doing. I mean, it was just like, if you want to come and dance on a car and play music, here you go.
Come by, yeah.
Yeah.
How many people were there, do you think, at the peak, at the busiest? How many people do you think were around this car?
I mean, we were washing people. I don't know if you know
Sorry?
about that. I feel like we kind of gone about this the whole wrong way. So we used to be a human car wash.
Sorry? This is why you pick up
Was it
people's
'cause it-
laundry, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
We're so obsessed with being clean, we
The
just go around
hygiene.
washing people and slagging off their laundry.
Yeah, yeah.
We wash people.
Yeah, so the car was basically, we used to tell people to strip off their clothes
You just wash them.
and get in the car, and then they would be
This is
washed
kidnapping.
by
So-
8
in
girls
some-
at once.
What?
Yeah,
8 girls at once?
yeah. So they
Yes,
strip down to their underwear.
Yeah.
We'd hold all their stuff in a basket, and we'd put it, and then we get, there would be one girl with like the hose at the top, and then there'd be 3
So you had a
girls with
proper
like
setup.
sponges with links ready to go.
It's a proper operation.
There was towels at the end and
To
lollipops.
be fair, that's a good idea, though, because if someone was staying there,
Yeah, imagine
they can get a free wash.
Yeah.
It's actually a good idea. Actually, we have to
people
bring it back.
loved
It's
it.
not- it's-
That's actually a
I
good
feel like
idea.
Tyrone's our next customer.
And when you said about that first, when you said about that first party, everyone turning up in fur coats and medallions dressed as, they weren't dressed as knights, they dressed as pimps. They think that they see a team of girls working so well, they're like, gotta get in on this.
I gotta own this shit. Get my 10%.
That's why so many people turned up to the first one. Oh, it's all coming together now.
Yeah, hopefully
Okay,
some
so
dirty
so the
people
first
waiting
year-
for a wash.
you're
First year we're at Boomtown and
You're
you're
washing- humans.
Yeah, we were washing human beings. It was great. Like, I mean, it was such a weird thing that we did, but it really, I think that's why we took off so quickly, because it was unheard of. No one else was
Oh, I've
doing
never
it.
heard of it.
Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. So wait, did you tell the festival you was doing this? Or
Yeah.
Did you, oh, so there was
That's
like.
your idea. You
we
come up
said-
with together with the
That's
owner
what
of
Yeah.
so you said,
Boomtown.
oh, we got an idea. We're gonna.
So Boomtown, basically you had to be a part of the high street if you wanted to get into Boomtown. So we thought we'll be the garage. We'll be the 24-hour garage, and you can come to us for a valet. We used to call it like an MOT or a valet.
Okay.
People and the human beings would be the interior of the car. So like
What?
you'd wash them and you'd like spruce them up and with a towel,
You still-
pat
you
them on
still
the
do
head.
this?
Is there
No,
footage of
we
this?
stopped it. Yes.
There's
Loads of
actually
footage.
footage?
Loads of footage.
If we can, we're gonna show some now.
24 Hour
Yeah,
Garage
yeah.
Girls at youtube.com. Thanks very much.
It's amazing how organically this all come together, like being the 24-hour garage and then actually you being a garage and all, like at the Boomtown. It's amazing how
Yes,
it's all
isn't
come. Like companies would spend years and years planning. You're just like, oh, it's
Well,
all just come
it wasn't
together.
a plan.
Yeah, no, that's
I've never planned to DJ.
That's-
I didn't plan to make music. I didn't plan to
right,
run a
no.
label.
But that's a good thing. We really like organic stuff like that. That's what 'cause we come from organic things, so we like. It's good to hear the story of how it's so organically. I didn't realise you wash people. I didn't
Yeah,
expect
no, I
that.
know.
That's a-
How many people actually knew that? I was like, oh,
I don't know.
Probably
yeah.
not that many
You put in the
people.
comments
Now, like,
if you've ever been washed
exclusive.
by Shosh.
Yes, there will be people out
If
there.
you've ever been washed by Shosh,
we're
let us
making a
know.
new hashtag.
Washed by Shosh. Yeah, it would. The Shosh wash. Thanks, Bex.
So, how many years was it? Just 1 year you washed at Boomtown?
We
or-
washed for 3 years
3 years.
at
Okay.
It's up
Boomtown.
to 2016.
and then it was
13,
was there
14 and
DJs at any
15.
time?
Oh,
with it?
15 months.
Yeah, and then in 2016 we lost the car wash.
And become
No way.
is that when the DJing started and become more of a stage? Or?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So we switched it. We made it more about the music.
So was it a bad thing losing the car wash, or?
At the time, it was, but I would say now, looking back, it was what needed to happen.
Yeah.
At the time, it was a disaster. So I commissioned this car to be built, and it had a hot tub in the back. It had sprinklers shooting out the wing mirrors, so it was
Okay.
like jet streams of water that came over the car.
Okay.
It was reinforced under the bonnet so that you could dance on it and it didn't dent in.
Is this the same one you use now?
No. This was like a full German whip. It was custom painted, and it had, because we worked with Void, our stage there, it had Void logoing on it, and it had our logoing on it. I paid nearly $2,000 for this car to be built.
Wow. Well, it's got a hot tub in it. You think it's...
And
more than that, to be fair.
used to pay the guy to come and bring the car, and one year he just decided that if I didn't want to be his girlfriend, he wasn't going to do it anymore, and that was the end of it. So he just left us high and dry at Boomtown. Didn't
to be honest,
out.
if you've got a guy with a hot tub in his car, he's going to be a scumbag. I mean, that's a sign. If ever I saw one, if a guy comes, if a guy pulls out of a hot tub in his car, run.
There's a motive.
Unless it's got your logo printed on the back.
That's just a way to coax you in. And also, guys, if there's cars with 8 girls want to wash you, you should probably run as well.
I don't know. I feel like we should just bring it back.
I'm going to bring it back. I
feel like Tyrone's getting his towel.
It might be a kidnapping. I don't want to recommend anyone to...
I wouldn't recommend it on a Sunday. I'll tell you, I used to feel sorry for the people we washed on a Sunday, because we didn't wash the stuff that well in between shows,
Look at this wash regret.
Coming out now.
It's all coming out of the laundry now, isn't it?
So the stage started in 2016. How many people? How big was it then?
Probably 2,000 people.
Oh, so it's quite a big jump.
Yeah, we went from when we used to wash people, we'd have the car, and it would create loads of water around it. So there would be like mud around the car, and it created gaps on the dance floor where people could enjoy themselves.
Okay.
So it broke up our dance floor for a few years, and then the year that we didn't have it, we just watched the arena fill up with people, and it went from being like maybe 500 people gathered around to a full dry arena for people to dance in, and it just filled up really fast. So Boomtown didn't make us a proper arena. We were just part of the street, and we used to bottleneck the street to the point where other venues were complaining because people couldn't get into their venues because our crowd was taking over the layout. Yeah, so now finally we're a main stage this year, and we have a 5,000 capacity arena all to ourselves.
Wow.
I've been waiting for that for 6 years.
I think we should get around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You guys are going to be there. I'm saying it.
Yeah. Can you wash us before?
Yeah,
can we
not
bring
before.
Back the wash
if we bring back the wash. No, not after. During.
Because we're quite energetic. Oh, mid-set wash.
It would have to be on stage.
On the breakdown of everybody's free. Start washing.
Yeah.
If
have
you could
like
clean
a
us
Soapy VIP.
when we play Fresh, if you could clean us, that would be good.
That's actually the one to do. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Said bias.
I think everyone's going to want to wash after they've seen this.
Yeah, when they see this, they know you're out.
It's going to go in everyone's rider now.
Shosh's wash.
Bottle
It's
of
going to go on
vodka
the
and a wash.
rider.
We're actually going to put ours on there.
Let's go on top.
Oh god.
So you stop washing people. You've got a proper stage. This is 2000. We're at 2016 now.
Yeah.
And then.
Sorry, I'm eating crisp.
Yeah, sorry, that noise is.
That's what the noise is in here. I'm trying to stay far away.
So then, what was? So after that, what happened? What was next? Tell me what happened after you've got the stage. What was the next progression of the Garage Girls?
I guess probably bringing in proper artists.
Yeah.
And looking at it more like a platform to support UK garage music rather than as a
Washing strangers.
Yeah, as a party, you know, just a party. I mean, like I said, I didn't really go into this with a plan, and I didn't go into it with a kind of business mind or a strategy, or actually really any objective other than to have fun and to make fun be like a good-natured, wholesome activity for ravers. Because one of the things that we actually really pushed with the washing was the idea of looking after each other. So people would come to us when they were lost, or they were dehydrated, or they were just overwhelmed by the weekend.
Yeah.
And they would be totally like refreshed and uplifted by their experience with us. Like, we made so many people happy. So that was our objective all along, was to just give people a good time and promote healthy partying, I guess. And then when we lost the car, we had to really focus our energies somewhere else, and we started bringing in artists that were like pioneers of UK garage, or we're supporting the genre, and rather than just bringing our friends in and asking them to play bangers, you know. So now we have these great lineups, and now we're a label as well. So it's kind of getting much more serious as we get on.
And your first compilation came out last week, was it? No, the week before.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
24th,
ago,
yeah.
yeah. And it's flying in the Juno as well.
It is. It's still number one. It's been number one for a week now.
Gee.
Yeah.
Another clap.
Thanks, guys. This is what happens when the dream team come together.
That's fine. And it's in the top 10 in Beatport as well, so it's
It is, yeah.
domination.
Flying.
It's not quite as top as iTunes top 20 though, is it?
We're not here to talk about us.
Alright. No, but you know, one day iTunes.
No, yeah, next one. But
Yeah, next one will
these
be
are a series
iTunes.
of compilations you're doing, aren't they? So the next one, it's all about
progression anyway. So
Yeah. That's it. I mean, we want the label to become like an advocate for the genre. So when people think, oh, you know, what new garage tracks are coming through, they might think to look at what we're doing and see the artists that we're promoting and make it a platform for that.
So if new producers wanted to get at you, how would they like submit to you?
Well, just via email. I mean, people contact me via Insta or Facebook. I'm always picking up messages everywhere. So,
Okay.
We'll put the contact information in the description.
Yeah.
If you want to send Shosh a tune, or what about if they want to get washed? Is that still something they can contact you?
Oh, you might have talked to the garage girls about that one. I don't know.
So when did the garage? Because obviously when you do these festivals, obviously you have all the garage girls dancing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about? Was that just because they were washing and then the washing stopped, they had nothing to do, and they just had so much energy, like washing energy? Well, how did it happen?
Exactly that.
Just that?
Yeah, I mean, that before the job was very functional, but then we would dance in between, and I used to do it as well. Like,
okay.
I gave as good as I got in the early days, and so yeah, we would be like, okay, well, we're not washing people, so we'll just hype them up, and we'll still dance on the car, and we'll still, you know, throw inflatables around and, you know, water balloons and water guns and stuff like that.
That's a shout to
Yeah, it's amazing how organic it is. Literally the whole thing. How did, because you do Glastonbury, so when did that come part of it?
So we got asked to do the Sound Clash at Glastonbury in 2017. And what the promoter wanted to get old school legends in with new up and comers and see how they fared against each other, and we lost.
Oh.
But that's okay, because Heartless Crew are Sound Clash legends. I mean, they're from
They didn't
Sound
put you
Clash
against.
culture.
They didn't put you against Heartless Crew, did they?
They did, yeah.
And
I made
that
a
is
Heartless
out of
Crew
order.
dub that I wasn't allowed to play
No
because
way.
it was too controversial. So I feel I can talk about it now. It's been 3 years. I've got it saved.
That is out of order. That's a tough clash to go. You know, that's them and Rodigan. They've got to be top 3 best.
Why was you not allowed to play the dub?
Politics. It was politics.
Using their own dub against them.
Well, it was the Heartless theme reworded. And
at them.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't tell them what you're going to play, do you?
No, but someone else did. And
Oh, it got leaked.
yeah, it did. It got
What
leaked.
was the
deep,
word?
innit?
'Cause I can picture how it's going to go. What was the word you used?
You know what it was? Garage girls win the clash every time. Buff, 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 buff. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
You know, that kind of
What
thing.
did you do on the hook?
Garage girls,
Ah,
we do
yeah.
it right.
What? How
Original
could you not do
fight.
that, though?
We got the vibe. That's
What
okay,
was you not allowed
right?
to- Yeah,
That's all right, isn't it?
I mean,
I'm looking at Chris and they've...
they probably want to play it.
thing is,
But that's-
so
but that's-
it
that's-
went into Feed 'em to the Lions.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the time, we didn't know anything about
No.
that whole situation.
Yeah.
So
No.
it was innocent. It was put together in an innocent
But
vibe.
I think you're allowed to... are you allowed to play a version of the other person's tune in the Sound Clash?
You
I'm
are,
looking at you a bit, right?
You
Yeah,
are.
Sound Clash.
But,
you can
yeah,
do
no
that.
The Red
rules,
Bull thing,
surely.
there are people who's doing it all day, weren't they?
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually a component of a decent dub. If you have your dub collection, you have something that's your own tune that you've dubbed, and then you can play with theirs.
So
surely.
what we're saying is you want a rematch, don't you? You want to...
Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
You're calling for a rematch.
I know, we're on really good terms since
the loser
fight,
washes
so-
the other one.
Yeah, I'm sure Bush can be really, really up for that.
So you did the Sound Clash. You lost, obviously, under
Yeah, we
controversial
lost.
circumstances, it
Yeah,
seems.
Becky actually has a video on her phone of the crowd booing at the results, so...
Oh, so
Oh,
people wasn't
so-
happy with that.
But we haven't put it out anywhere, have we? Because we're nice girls.
We had like
Fair play.
half of the crowd were garage girl friends.
good support.
I tell you what, we're really hyping up this rematch.
This rematch is
There's money in
definitely
this.
gonna happen, yeah.
There's promoters out there. This is a money spinner.
I don't mind losing twice.
Aki Garden Party. We'll set up this clash. It's going to be the return. So that was the sound crash. But then you've been back since, even though you lost, you really won because you went back to Glastonbury.
We came back. We played in the Dance Village last year with Matt. We had Matt Jam and MJ Cole with us.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
Yeah.
Top two best mats in garage probably.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm trying to think if there's another one.
Who else did we have on there? Who played after me? Matt Jam. Oh, Cartier.
Oh yeah, we love
Yeah.
Oh
Cartier.
yeah,
Dan.
I think I saw the video.
Big up Cartier.
Yeah. Big up Carts.
So you've said a little bit about the label and then the compilation is going to be a series. What else have you got planned for the future? What's the future for the 24-hour garage girls?
For the brand, we are offering. So this year we're trying to do more live-based stuff. So rather than just coming out and having dancers and the DJ, which is me, we want to bring the car to more shows. So for a lot of festival stages this year, we're offering the Garage Girls live show, which will be the car brought out with the girls, but then also we'll have like a live angle grinder and we'll have smoke grenades and spark machines and make it look a lot more industrial and a lot more active. So we're doing a few shows like that, which are exciting.
Can you say any of the shows you're doing, or?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No, I don't think that we're quite there with all of the bookings.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think the festivals haven't announced, so I probably
Can't say.
not. Yeah.
Top secret.
Top secret right now. What else? So we're doing a second compilation as well. So we're going to make it a biannual release. This UKG compilation. And I'm already really excited about who's on it. But again, I'm not ready to say.
Okay.
Really interesting stuff, obviously.
Well, can you say the month is coming out, or?
I'm aiming
Roughly?
for August.
August.
I'm
Oh,
aiming
that's quite
for
quick
like a
turnaround.
post Boomtown release.
Okay, yeah.
So something to ride off the back of that.
It makes
Yeah.
sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
And then we can roll out like a Q4 tour maybe at the end
Yeah.
of that. That'll be the plan, I think.
Makes sense, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so something that we can talk about right now is International Women's Day.
Oh.
Because that's coming up. That's in
8th
a
of
month.
March, is it?
Yeah, 8th of March. So that weekend we've got two
I was buzzing on you there.
ladies right here. Look no further.
Yeah.
He even knows the date.
That's the one.
So we've got two shows that weekend. On Friday the 6th, we're going to be doing something really special. It's the I360 in Brighton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's managed by British Airways.
Yeah.
And it's like this 360 glass pod that goes 100 feet up into the air, and it's on Brighton Beach, and it has these beautiful
nice.
views. So we're doing a sunset party,
Okay.
and we're going to have champagne, sunset, really exclusive like rides in the pod, and it'll be myself and Molly Collins with the 24-hour Garage Girls.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Heavy.
And what's
And
the other
special
event?
guest Tyrone MC.
Oh, host. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Secret
go on.
special guest.
Secret. Unless they've watched this, it's not a secret.
Yeah.
And what's the other event?
The other one we haven't quite
Hang on a
locked
minute.
it
Why
in.
is just Tyrone with it? I'll just let that one go. Didn't I? Okay, add Tyrone. I'll just there you go. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, wait a minute. But yeah, go on. What's the other event?
In Manchester, we're curating a multi-genre lineup, but we haven't locked in our headliners yet, so we're still working on that one. But that one's going to be really big as well. So Brighton and Manchester.
So that's a show. The Manchester one's a show, or is it like a festival kind of thing?
It's going to be like a 6-7 hour club takeover. We're taking over a big club.
cool.
And we've got like a multi-genre lineup of all of our sort of favourite
Stuff. you like.
females that we've been collaborating with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, decent.
Yeah. But the I360 show is going to be really, really unique. Like, I think the only people that have ever done a party there have been Fatboy Slim and Shogun Audio.
Yeah, they did their birthday there, didn't they?
Yeah, they did,
Their
yeah.
birthday,
And I actually inquired about the venue to do our album launch party there, and they quoted me $4,000.
Oh, wow.
And I said, okay, thanks very much. I'll see what I can. I'm not gonna. And then they chased me a week later, and they were like, "If you want to do it for free, you can."
Really not the best at haggling, then, are
yeah.
they?
Well, actually.
Yeah. I think I wrote back and said my budget was like £500, so thanks,
Oh.
but no thanks.
So how can people go to this one? So is that just going to be on your socials?
Yeah. So we're going to. People can buy tickets through the I360 venue and through British Airways, and all of the profits from the event go to a charitable women's organisation.
Okay.
We're still kind of sorting out the finer details, but I think the press is going to be launched this time next week.
Okay.
So we'll have tickets.
Oh,
live
this should be out by then. So we'll put links to everything in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So look in the below bit there.
Down below somewhere.
We'll put the links to the tickets and all that event information because that'll be out by the time this comes out. But it sounds really, really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Yeah, I think they're getting drones to get some aerial footage of the whole pod and the party inside it. Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's like all glass around, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% then.
Yeah, very snazzy.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I have to do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
When the next album comes, we'll do this again.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Can have another FooR sandwich.
24.
So on that note,
Yeah.
it's FooR sandwich and a Heartless Cruise rematch. So yeah, thank you very much, Shosh.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you very much for watching. If you have ever been washed by Shosh, please put it in the comments. Let us know what it was like. Rate it out of 10. And yeah.
So,
I was very good at washing between the toes. I'll just say that much.
That is disgusting.
let's just cut the camera now.
And also, if Shosh is going to come back with the next time, if you've got any questions we want to ask her next time, get them in now. We'll remember them and we'll ask them next time. And if everyone wants to be washed on the next one, maybe we could do that. Yeah?
Maybe you could, Gav. I don't know. I might not be.
Yeah, so we'll put it forward. That's a good promotion for the album. Give someone a good wash so that's going to go off. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.
So
See you soon.